ourselves we must depend. Make we talk, people. Make we talk. Oh, na. Conversation is the key, a guiding light for you and me.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Wherever you're listening from around the world and the Eastern Caribbean, this is the Mek Wi Talk program here on WZPP and WZOP. This is the Mek Wi Talk program. Okay, I'm seeing something here that one dead, two hospitalized after shooting and crash. I wonder where this is. This is Northwest Miami. Anyway, this afternoon we're going to speak about what is going on in your neck of the woods. This is WZP and WZOP. You can call 850-446-0562. That's 850-446-0562. This is how we do it. Good afternoon. Welcome to WZPP and WZOP.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. Mek Wi Talk. And of course, I like the theme song.
Oh,
that
Lord.
Song should go places. It's done nicely.
Yes.
Yeah. We need to hear more.
Yeah, because world leaders, as what Ed Robinson, who wrote the song, Ed Robinson said that world leaders master the art of talk.
Yep.
And I think that's what we need to do as individuals.
Communication is the personification of talk.
Yes.
Communicate at every level. That's what we human species have to do.
Yes.
Communication. You have less shooting, less bad mindism. Communication is the key.
Yes.
Misunderstanding, less misunderstanding, talk and work it out. And that's what we used to do in the ancient African cities,
Yes.
We used to have these big gatherings and we talk about the problems with family, with this, and sort them out. Yeah.
But
in Jamaican society, we used to be a place so lovingly we talk to strangers, talk to neighbors, talk to friends, family. That's how Jamaica used to be. Jamaica used to be, in my opinion, the most friendliest place because I've traveled to a couple of countries, and the camaraderie. I remember as a child going to the bus stop, and me and the big woman, big professional woman, become friends.
Yes.
The little picnic, because talking, those contemporary things. I remember Miss Goldburn. Miss Goldburn, big married woman. She invited me down as a child, just meeting her at the bus stop. That's how we used to live as Jamaican people, man.
Well, sad to say that we don't live that way anymore too much. But this morning our topic is gonna be they send back some Haitian refugees, 34 of them.
The deportation of the Haitians who washed up in their rickety boat off the coast of Portland.
Yes, my tongue tied up a while ago. I don't know why. Anyway.
Yes, no problem. and
we're gonna speak about that, and we're gonna speak about Britain. The United Kingdom gave Jamaica a $50,000 British pound money. That's 10 million Jamaican dollars to help fight SSL, to help investigate SSL. And the question must be asked, is it that British citizens has money in SSL? Why the British government has decided to give Jamaica a grant of 10 million Jamaican dollars, equivalent into 50 pounds? That is a question that we need to ask.
No,
you go ahead.
Certainly the British not just going to offer you a grant unless you make a request. So the Jamaican embassy, Jamaican representative, must have made a request to the British for that support. The question is, and our government is beggy, is just beggy, because what is $10 million? Look how much we generate from travel tax.
Mm-hmm.
The government sitting on hundreds of millions of dollars from the travel tax each time we're going to Jamaica and coming out of Jamaica. You're aware of that, Jeffrey?
Yes, I'm aware of it.
Yeah, lots of money. In fact, they built Queen Ifrica. Have been calling for it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
That's our Jamaican songstress, for those who are not familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Queen Ifrica publicly complained that the children of Jamaica in the second city, which is Montgomery,
Mm-hmm.
with all those billion-dollar hotels, didn't have a park to go and play. Can you imagine? For the longest while. And she made it and she put it straight in the lap of Andrew Holness when he came to, I think it was the Rebel Salute,
Yes.
one of those years. And she addressed him publicly from the mic stand.
Mm-hmm.
Because she sang about it in one of her songs. Beautiful girl.
Yes.
That woman. Very conscious. We love our people. She reminds me of Nanny, that spirit.
Mm-hmm. Nanny of the
Anyway,
Maroon.
Yes. Or heroine.
As you touch on that, we need to ask the question,
Mhm.
where are the spirits of Nanny of the Maroon, the Paul Bogle, the Sham Sharp, the Marcus Garvey? Where are those people? Their blood, their blood run deep within us, and we sit down and accept every stupidness that come our way.
Because a failure on Jamaican people themselves. And I send this criticism in the direction of the elders, the older Jamaicans. They didn't teach their children nothing about their history. Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
They waited on the school. Of course, the schools, they took it out. They took out any little information, water, whatever in there. Nothing really can inspire you or give you a real insight into how wonderful these people are that we venerated.
Mm-hmm.
Bogle, Nanny, and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Fight. Can you imagine? Nanny. So that is why most Jamaicans, all of the Jamaican children coming up, a teacher told me that after kids born after 1972 knew nothing about Jamaica's history. And I see it every day. And this is why there's such a disconnection between Jamaican people. They think that the only thing that connects them is the slave food from our 500-year survival, slave food, curry goat, oxtail. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Those things.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. Let me go back to what.
Yes, let's go back to what we're talking about.
Yeah. There's so much to unpack.
Right. Because I only have an hour. The 100 the $10 million.
The $10 million from the British.
Yes.
Supposedly assist the investigation, the ongoing lengthy so-called investigation that was supposed to have been concluded about the private financial organization by the name of SSL.
Right.
That Jamaica's superstar athlete, Mr. Bolt, is reported to have lost $13 million in that institution. And to this day, there is no accounting. There was supposedly one woman who was charged. I don't know if she was charged, and she's under house arrest. Is she?
No, I think she's still in lockup. And
in lockup,
right,
okay.
And the question must be asked. In listen to me. I know a friend of mine keep on saying I love to use the word, but in any other modern democracy, can this nonsense go on?
No.
Where until now, you don't hear that the people who run SSL, the people of the Vumvavan, the Vumvavi, None of them is drug, and get locked up for what is going on.
Well, before you go to that,
hold on, is it $30 billion or $6 billion of money that's come out of Jamaica just like that? And the current minister, the current world class minister of finance, can't tell the people of Jamaica or the people of the diaspora that XQYZ, but yet he can come and tell the people that the FBI is in Jamaica investigating SSL, and there will be no stone left unturned, because we need to get to the bottom of it. What we need to do and what we need to see, Minister Nigel Clark, is somebody from the Vumvavon and the Vumvavi get locked up.
Well, I was just recapping those people who are perhaps not current on the situation. So, Mr. Bolt, which is the Jamaican superstar athlete, he had instructed his attorneys to have to send a demand letter from the lawyer. I mean, you have to respond, or else I'm going to take the next step. And that was sent to the board of SSL, and who have been kept out of the media, which is interesting because a lot of people don't know who is in that organization. Some of us do. But surprisingly, this is how Jamaica behaves, less than transparent. This is how that society behaves. So they demanded to get a response to have his money back within an XYZ, or else he's going to go further. Well, that is the last we have heard officially from the Hussein Bolt camp and his attorney and his representative. So now, time have gone now, it's a couple of months now since this scandal broke in a sort of piecemeal way where you have to try fill in the blanks for yourself, because that's how our society is. Everything hide up, you know. And so now we are now hearing you reported that somehow now the British
it is in the
supposedly help investigation.
It is in the newspaper. Hold on there. It is in the newspaper that the British government, through the British embassy in Jamaica, has given a grant of 50,000 British pound. That is over 10 million Jamaican dollars to help with the investigation of SSL. The question that we need to ask is it that there is British citizens that has a code at SSL?
It don't matter. It's irrelevant to the fact that Jamaican law has been contravened, or we suspect that allegedly, because Mr. Bolt still has not gotten his money back. So the question then is, first of all, the public was not informed that the government was still going around begging to have conduct a simple forensic audit. So you don't need to go beg all over the place. We have personnel, we have the expertise in Jamaica that can do it. You understand? There are lots of accounting companies, accounting firms that can do it, reputable. In fact, even some of these multinational accounting firms are based in Jamaica. So there's not a lack of thing there. So when we heard this argument that FBI gonna do that, which I don't think it's necessary for the FBI to be involved in it neither. We need to show some.
Why? Why?
Because number one, again, you didn't hear what I said. We have the expertise in Jamaica. We have a forensic unit of the police force. You didn't know that we have a forensic unit?
I know they have it.
Economic crime?
I know they have it, but the question. Hold on. The question that I want to ask though, when last has the JCF really investigate anybody of the Vumvavon, the Vumvavin, and recommend to the current DPP The lady there, you know that lady there. You know what's her name again? That lady
The
there.
head of the DP.
Uh-huh.
She has not even made an inquiry about going in there. So one of the things that the Jamaicans have to be aware of, that it as in anything with big money, there is allegations and speculation
Uh-huh.
that the owners of this institution and the people high up in that institution have political friends, right? There is anecdotal evidence that they are big wigs, they're connected, so that they are being specially treated, and there has been a pattern established in Jamaica by all these successive political administration. So in other words, from the PNP administration right down now to this JLP administration, of dealing very lightly with what you term as white collar crime. So in other words, if you commit a white collar crime in Jamaica, no matter how much money you carry down, you are going to be treated with the lightest of white glove possible.
Because
you are aware of that, right?
Because there is two laws in Jamaica, you know. One for the people who live below Crossroad, but the people who live in Upper St. Andrew and other places where the Vumvavon, the Vumvavine live in Norbrook and all those places, there's a different law for them.
Well, no. There is two things to consider, in my opinion. The fact that in Jamaica, we realize that nothing is transparent, whether from a financial, a political, economic, or even relational.
Yes.
That there is no transparency. In other words, people are scammers and liars, blatant, whether at the official level, any level. So I would like to suggest to Jamaicans in the diaspora to be very mindful of your economic dealings in that country and its institutions. That is my personal warning to you. Be very careful, because this is how now you Jamaica, and I suspect that's why the government is trying.
So let me ask you a question.
Hold on, let me just
finish the statement.
Yeah, no, when I'm talking to my compañeros and family Jamaican people all over.
Go ahead.
Because this is how I look at things. I identify with all African Jamaicans because we're a special people on the island. We were brought there, abducted from our African land, brought there, and forced to build Jamaica. We are build Jamaica. You see all them roads, where with all them things, the woman used to build with rock, stone, man, chigga put out there, build the road. You understand? It's very important that our generation understands this. So we have a claim, not only a claim that we have one like a nationality named Jamaica. So when I see another African Jamaica, that is telling me right away that there is camaraderie with me and them, because that's the same place my father come in a chain, grandfather come in a chain and whatnot, and peel all those plant, the cane, the sugar cane, what that made Britain very wealthy. You understand? So it's important that we have that sense of pride and connection with one another. If a Jamaica was operating on that premise, that when they see each other, you're not seeing us as an enemy or a potential enemy, somebody ever scam and rob and thief and kill and all of that.
And you're not seeing a green or an orange. You're seeing a Jamaican.
Of course, it's a Jamaican person. We're African. You understand? And that is why they suppress Africanness in Jamaica. But that's another story. I don't want to digress. But going back to the idea of the question that you asked, why the British, whether the British them have citizens have money in it is irrelevant. What has happened is government approached them for money. And this is what the Jamaican government always does. There's
then I have it. Then if they have if the world class minister, hold on, no man. If the world class minister of finance, the goodly Nigel Clark, along with the minister Jeffrey Behave himself, along with the minister of information, the goodly Nestor Morgan, said, well, Nestor Morgan was the one who said that the money is coming from drug dealers because they see some money and it is there. So it's coming from them. And Nigel is saying that is the taxpayers' kitty coming out of the consolidated fund. So we do not know who to believe.
Well, we know, first of all, that kind of talk is careless talk. The proceeds from Crime Act, which governs forfeiture of money, and anything that goes into the Jamaican treasury belongs to the
Hold on for me, don't hang up, hold on. Good afternoon, welcome to Mek Wi Talk.
Good afternoon, JT.
Yes, sir.
Yes, talking about people in Jamaica is there that qualified to do investigation.
Yes.
There's no way you can trust anybody in Jamaica to do an investigation. Because all of them is corrupted. Even the judges are corrupted. So how are you going to trust those people to do an investigation? And that's the system out there. It's pure corruption. So nobody out there, I think, is qualified to do it. They're qualified to do it. But you can't trust them to do it. And that's the whole fact of the matter. If you know Jamaican operate. If you have a money, you can't pay to get anything done.
My God.
That's it. If I could interject what the gentleman is saying.
Yes.
That's an interesting point that he's making, that there is widespread corruption. But I'm not going to be that cynical to believe that there is no one with integrity in Jamaica. Because when truth be told, a lot of honest Jamaicans go struggle every day to make them little bread and not teeth.
Yes, but it's not all the honest Jamaicans in the upper hands of society.
Well, this is why we as a people now need to show our influence. If you say you walk around with Jamaican, you throw out flag, you have foreigner show a flag, and every little credit you run got take and you are the best and so on. You need to now show say those people work for you. And who is Andrew Holness?
The Prime Minister of Jamaica.
He's a regular Jamaican. He's just a regular Jamaican, you know. You think say if you don't support Andrew Holness, he can't go anywhere? You think say Andrew Holness can come up to foreign, come hobnob and strut him stuff? If Jamaican decide to not turn in the back and not protest this, not going away with him, or meet him at the airport with some sign, decry the corruption. But the Jamaicans just cannot listen. If you listen to my tone of argument, I am saying, I'm showing that is not just a government thing, you know. That's why I'm so sharply critical of the Jamaicans themselves. Because you can't just simply say, Lord,
we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back.
You're listening to WZOP 92.7 LP FM.
We're not the airlines, but we can take you to the islands every Sunday at Island Vibe Sunday at Blue Martini and the Galleria Mall.
This I no. Can't worry about that. No, this I no. Not true. How will it right? All right.
As part of the Democratic Socialist agenda, the People's Emergency Production Plan was conceived as a path to making Jamaica more self-reliant. The idea was to encourage Jamaicans to consume more locally grown and manufactured goods, while at the same time expand the sectors of local production. We needed to motivate Jamaicans to change their attitudes towards work, consumption habits, and taste patterns developed through centuries of colonial rule and foreign indoctrination. The overriding objective was to locally produce the maximum amount of goods and services consumed by the masses to minimize the need for foreign exchange. There were 6 major focus areas for the production plan: agriculture, eat and grow local; manufacturing, produce and consume locally made goods; construction, utilize local building materials like natural woods; fuels and energy, focus on solar, water, and wind energy rather than oil; manpower and employment, educate and train a world-class workforce; foreign economic relations, build international relationships with like-minded Eastern European and Third World countries, as well as strengthen relations with China. The PNP envisioned building an equitable economic system that was not dependent on international capitalist structures. As you can imagine, this national agenda probably did not sit well with institutions like the IMF or the World Bank.
And so the decision was then taken to go into an IMF program with the view that we keep on trying to develop the production plan and then to also do the reforms. That didn't work, and to be honest with you, objectively, it couldn't work. Because once you are in the IMF program, that's it. You can't find a way around it and through it and so on and so forth. There's very strict set of conditionality.
Upside down, you want a politician, I got turn against him. Them I go tell him say he has lost credibility. Them I go war against him. Confusion, I go rise up against the prime minister. We man cabinet, rolling back a court, rolling back rot. I go rise up against him. The battle is not ours. Without a win, he bigger than the people. God will have to. When God move, he move to kill. Him is a killer. Him don't love evil. And when you sell your soul, you're destined to die and go to hell. You can't see it.
And studies. In South Florida, we have a diverse group of Black women with U.S.-born and Caribbean-born women, so we hypothesize that they vary in symptom understanding and recognition. The focus groups are centered around postmenopausal bleeding in Black and Caribbean women to assess perception of bleeding symptoms. We are recruiting both English-speaking and Creole-speaking Haitian women for their own focus groups. We want to know your thoughts about how bleeding could potentially impact your life or the lives of your family and friends. This will help us know where we can start to make changes and how we approach teaching and advocacy around this problem. And this is a 1-hour focus group of about 6 women, which is compensated, and a brief questionnaire to obtain demographic information. Please give us a call at 305-243 5434 to understand if you are eligible to participate in those focus groups. If no one answers, please leave your full name and phone number and we will get back to you. You can also email us at wbelizaire@miami.edu. That is WBELIZAIRE
For more info, hit us up at WCDBradio.com.
When the game gets rough and this life just seems so tough, Mek Wi Talk, my people, Mek Wi Talk.
Welcome back to the Mek Wi Talk program here on WZB and WZOP. We're having a big feedback here with our callers. If you're, please turn your mic off or turn your phone off from your radio off from me, please. Welcome back to the program. We're talking about what is going on in Jamaica with SSL. We're supposed to talk about the Haitians that were deported back to Haiti by the Jamaican government. Welcome back to the program, callers.
Yes. What I want to say, you have a lot of people in Jamaica with integrity, but they are not in position to do anything. You understand? They don't have the authority or in position to do anything. But the Jamaican people, they can do something. Like, look, in France and in Israel, they have demonstrations for weeks. And in Jamaica, the people just sit here and let these corners just do anything they want to do, and they don't do nothing about it.
Because
they don't know that they are the one who have the power.
Let me say something to you, sir, and we don't have enough time to leave. So let me say something to you right now, sir. Our fellow Jamaicans, they don't have the backbone. But we keep on saying they don't have the backbone. They're putting the Jamaican people back against the wall, you know. And one of these days, it is going to happen where the Jamaican people said that we have had enough. Now, I am not inciting any riot or anything like that. But I'm just saying, okay. Anyway, caller, thank you for calling in.
All right, JT, all right.
Thanks much.
Bye. Yeah, that gentleman made a good point.
Yes, he did.
And now he's on my page because that's my contention.
Right.
We can flag the government, but we need to flag the Jamaicans themselves. Because they sit down, like, you know, it has the place upon automatic pilot, you know. But going forward, you know, we see this game being played because with the FNL, which is the financial institution where Mr. Usain Bolt had his money. We need to repeat it so people know what we're talking about. And that institution, which is a private-run institution, the Jamaican government want to go underground, hide, and bail out the company, this private company, with funds where Jamaicans need improvement in their communities. If somebody to place some mash down all the market where the market Jamaican.
But the callers are to be butted in, but there should be something, because the Prime Minister come out and because he knows that majority of Jamaicans may understand the word bailout, he come out again and said that his administration is not intending to bail out SSL or any other financial institution. But the question I want to ask the Prime Minister, Holness, what are you doing now then? When you're taking taxpayers' money to pay the staff of SSL, listen to me. There is a it is on my YouTube channel. It is on another radio station thing. I can't call the station on the radio here. But it's on my YouTube channel where Minister Nigel Clark literally spilled his belly to a telephone conversation he had with somebody.
Well, we can just end it by saying, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it is a darn duck. So you know that a bailout is a bailout. When government step up taxpayers' money and give private people, it's called a bailout. In any of the Oxford dictionaries or the American Standard Dictionary. And you're not the only one who go to school. And I hope his Counsel General goes back and tell him. I know they monitor the station and all of that. But you're not the only one who go to school. Jamaicans are not idiots. You understand? So all of that word game and narrative control thing not going to work. You're not in the old Soviet Union. They hide up everything and use propaganda to mask it.
You know what I don't understand? We're gonna go to the Haitians in a couple minutes we have there. You know what I don't understand? I don't understand these political leaders of our country, because they believe that everybody termite eat out them brain. That we are numbskulls.
We don't need to prolong that debate. It's just a lack of respect for the Jamaican people. That's all it is. You're working for the Jamaican people. Don't when you dip on the white man walk, you better show him, respect him, and walk on and give him the production we want to kick you out the door. Right? So we don't need to belabor the point to death. They don't respect Jamaican people. And Jamaican people need to understand that. So when you're grinning with these people, you understand that you're playing yourself as an idiot. Because these guys, they don't respect you. They feel that they are in this lofty high place over you. That's your vote and your support and your granny and your grandpa support that put them struck them stuff down to VIP section, a rapid secret service. Every minute then jump on plane, come to America. What they come up here to do? But anyway, I digress. Let's go on.
Let's switch the conversation to the Haiti situation where 34 Haitian nationals was deported back to Haiti, led by the Minister of National Security, Dr. Harris Chang. Now, they did not say on what grounds did they deport back the Haitians, but it looked bad to know that Jamaica was leading the charge to carry
go invade the place.
There you go.
To go invade the place.
And
to invade Haiti. Remember the man had been all over the media. You remember I tackled you on it and I said, what kind of nonsense you're back.
I wasn't really.
But this is what I tell you how disingenuous they are. That let's put in context what the issue is here. Under the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights and a refugee rights that Jamaica is a signature to, and many other countries, including the United States. A country is supposed to offer safety and protection and a fair hearing to investigate the claims of asylum refugees seeking that the refugees are seeking.
Yes.
So you're supposed to give them to investigate whether their claim of persecution, of mitigating circumstances that will impact them if they are sent back to their country without a hearing or nothing. This is what every country who is a signature to the United Nations Declaration on Human Rights, refugee rights, etc., etc., etc. That's the member charter. So that's a violation. And I'm going to show you how racist and colorist Jamaican society is. You know what they do when the Cubans come down there? You know what they do?
They keep the Cubans and send back the black Haitians.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And listen, and you're talking to somebody who knows this authoritatively. I remember when I was going to school, there was a whole bunch of Cubans who they were on their way to the United States because that's where they wanted to go. And they marooned on the Jamaican island. And they were taken. The Catholic people them come down and help them give them all kind of things. They put them up in a big neighborhood at New Kingston. Because I knew some of the guys. I met some of them. Some of them were brought over to our school. Right? Some of them were given work at relatives of mine place. The Jamaican society and run out and help them, you know. Some of them stayed on, you know. They They stayed on in Jamaica. Many of them, they left. And
but you know, sir,
carried them to the United States.
You know, sir, and I have to say this. I know you're going to say to me, say, boy, Jeffrey, you come over, but I have to say it.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that if when you go to the point in Port Antonio,
mm-hmm.
you have to say you're literally looking into Haiti, and
right.
how is it that this administration, who keep on saying that we have to do this, and we have to
they
do that
want to go help Haiti by invading them.
Hold on there.
Yeah.
Who keep on saying that they need to do this and do that because they have to help Haiti. And my God, yes, there's laws and there's rules and regulation when you enter in a country. There's rules and there's laws and regulation. Yes, the American government deport Haitians back to Haiti. But good God Almighty, man, why is it that we in Jamaica had us to deport them back? And that is a question I need to put to the Minister of National Security, who is the Deputy Prime Minister of Jamaica.
Well, make sure you play this record, this reggae music. Long year freaky people need not apply. We don't want a old nigga and a Rastafari. You remember that song?
Yes.
Okay. It tells there is I said it again. There is a racist component in Jamaican society. Mm-hmm. And that decision that was made by the Jamaican government. And you notice there's no outcry from the private sector. And
yes, there is outcry from civil society.
Yes, but I'm talking specifically from the private sector, because this is not a regular Jamaicans. Because Jamaicans, one thing about us, even in the extreme wickedness we are going now, that we are heartful. We are compassionate. Even though we get foreigners and, people we sell things and all, and we kill over a chain and all of them type of things, we are a compassionate people.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't just dump. Remember that one of the persons who was top in the Haitian rebellion, uprising, independence, that great establishment of throwing off the slave driver, was a Jamaican who went to Haiti.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Bookman, Buffy Bookman?
Yes, I heard about him.
Yes, that's a Jamaican who flee from Jamaica, the oppression that was going on, to go with go over to Haiti and help to free Haiti. So we have always had a very good relationship with our Haitian brothers and sisters. They are literally our brother and sisters, because they move. Remember, they used to move out slaves. That's why we have one sister. But them breed of this, and they move out what Trinidad. They move go Barbados, or they move come United States.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So we are these are our people. How can you? And I'm glad you highlighted it on your show today, Jeffrey.
Mm-hmm.
Because remember, I was one of those skeptics who have been saying, why you want to go and invade Haiti? So you are coming now with troops and sitting again. When you have your feet on the Haitian people and neck, you don't want them to change to select your government that they want, because you feel that the policies them are going to disfranchise your business and your influence in Haiti. That's what this thing is about, my brother.
Yes.
And it's a lesson to you Jamaicans, And I'm talking to Uno Jamaicans, where everything is just a party and a thing that to understand. You see how we're not demanding nothing from each other. We're not demanding nothing from the government that's going to put in. You know what is going to happen to Uno Jamaicans? We're not going to wake up one day and see a pure foreigner run the country now. And we don't have no influence in it. All we can do is pay on the money and go jump carnival down there and feel like we accomplish something. That is not nationhood. You have to have your skin in the game. You have to build something. You have to pass on something to the youth. So all around like a fraudulent Jamaicans who are walking with flag. And I go on and I beat in the chest to get look at the shine that those real pioneer Jamaicans brought to Jamaica, like the Rastafarians. The music that has enthralled the entire world. Is that fact they will not live off and now, you know. I don't even take the music going away. You know, mash up the music now. Because the whole owner get shine off it. You have the little bogus selector them. Where they take money under the table to play on the worst sounding nonsense. And that them rotate on them speaker. While the real, some of the guys them must sit down and write real good nice music. No get no play. But the whole owner want come live off of the shine off of reggae music. And we actually, that investment, we have to invest something in our country. And it's not just material, but to make sure that the country run in a way that Jamaican black people especially can benefit from it. Because we slave for this country. Don't forget, so we slave for that the island there, brother. But they're not teaching them the things, because they don't want to have no ownership in the country.
You know,
we could just spend down the money go down there.
You know something, and another thing again. Majority of us have a thing in the back of our head. So we come a firing. And we throw stone behind because we come a firing. And
well, yeah.
And if we don't remember, there's an old saying, you know, don't cuss where you're going. Don't cuss where you're coming from. Cuss where you're going. And if we, hold on there, and if we, the Jamaican people who are in the diaspora, and we, the Jamaican people who lives in Jamaica, if we don't stand up and call a spade, and stop this party business and me a green for life or me a orange for life, then the rock that we call Jamaica that is bleeding from within, the rock that we came there by labor pain, not by aeroplane, then I don't see where or how we're going to leave a Jamaica for our children, or a Haiti for our children, or a Caribbean countries for our children. When these politicians finish with the Caribbean, may God Almighty help us.
No less. Well, in terms of Jamaica that you mentioned, the situation with the leadership down there, I'm totally bewildered about the two parties that eventually one of them going to come back in again, because the failure of the Jamaican intelligentsia, those people that supposedly get good education, and the other Jamaicans who watch this thing just sliding off the pole, and nobody no farm, no movement, nobody no farm, no alternative party, and you know, to really to wipe out these guys, because here it is again. It's the same tired duck down bus, a skin them teeth now, a shape up to come back in, to take the reins and go back in, go do the same nastiness over the people, them, the buntings of this world. Mark Golding. He don't have no passion for the people, them. The PNP don't sell out the people, them, after them 18 years of consecutive rule in the country. The one party couldn't leave no legacy for Jamaican black people. Can you imagine? 18 years straight you get inside it. You had a lame duck Tiaga where you could have that history had wiped him into oblivion, right? Into irrelevancy. Because all the masks did come off him. Jamaicans started to see who this man was. And you win 18 elections, 18 consecutive years. And you don't leave no monumental change in the place. You left the place with the same dead British slavery constitution in the country. And Michael Manley told you in the 70s, say, let's change the constitution. And you bunch of bossy slaves continue with the same thing. Now you're sharp in your teeth, because this Andrew and his administration is a disaster in the country. I never seen such a heartless brother and him supposedly young come out. And the man rich, he never come out rich. An ordinary socialist father, man, and mother. And so callous towards the condition of Jamaicans that, satisfied a puppet prime minister.
Yes.
We don't want that. And I'm afraid that this is where we're going back again because nobody has the forces of Jamaicans. Jamaicans no love Jamaica, Then talk a good game, Oh, I love Jamaica. Laugh. You love rice and peas. You love curry goat. You love the slave food that we had created 500 years ago. You love that. You don't love Jamaica people.
I have to make you come back to talk to us some more, my good friend. But we have to wrap up here. Thank you for calling in.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Have a nice one.
Same
Bye-bye.
to you, man. I am seeing on the news bulletin here where the time we have here, former energy minister of Jamaica, Philip Paulwell, they have put up a $500,000 reward for the safe return of his 10-month-old daughter and the daughter's mother. The baby is the daughter of the Member of Parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal and former Minister of Technology, Philip Paulwell. The Halfway Tree Police is reporting right now that there's a $500,000 reward that is up for the safe return of the daughter of former energy minister and present member of parliament for East Kingston and Port Royal, Mr. Philip Paulwell. I pray and hope that the baby and the mother return home safely. And I hope that all the rest of children who are missing in Jamaica and around the Caribbean and around the world, that they return safely to their homes. We don't have enough time here, leave on WZPP and WZOP. But you can go to my Mek Wi Talk, Jeffrey Tavares YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. There is a radio clip in there from OBC Radio, courtesy of Dr. Jermaine Garden, about the Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark. You can go to that channel there or go to their website there and you can see and hear what the conversation is all about. This evening, we're going to have a robust discussion this evening on a topic that is facing the land of wood and water, where Jamaicans are saying that they don't trust the Andrew Holness-led administration. That they don't trust the Andrew Holness administration. And there is some pollings that was done by a radio station in Jamaica. We're going to dig deep in that this evening. Join myself along with political commentator Luke George Cook and others as we dig deep in the situation of Jamaicans are saying that they don't trust the administration of the current Prime Minister, Michael Andrew Holness. Until you hear from me again tomorrow, same time, same place, I am Jeffrey Tavares saying, may God bless you, may God bless Jamaica and America land we love.
It's 2 o'clock.
You're listening to WZOP 2.7 LP FM.
We're not the airlines.